Hey everyone, Shaun Stevenson here, author of the Throne series, and since it's summertime, I thought I would read some summer-themed books. And what better summer-themed book to read than R.L. Stine's Beach Party? Oh, we gotta talk about this book. Oh my word, this book. We have to talk about this book. So this book is not related to the other R.L. Stine beach book, Beach House. It's its own story, and it's a lot of fun. This, dare I say, was almost better than a Fear Street book. It was so fun and had such a great, creepy mystery going on. So you have these two characters, Karen and Anne-Marie, and they are spending the summer at Karen's dad's house in California on the beach. And so they're super excited about this. They can't wait to get down to the beach and just have fun and have a good time and enjoy their summer. Anne-Marie used to live in California, but she moved to New York. And so she's coming back after quite a while to finally see her friend again. And there's a lot of different things going on. They meet a bunch of new people. There's some interesting characters that get thrown into the mix here. And soon there are some strange messages that start to appear all over Karen's apartment. Messages that seem to imply that she needs to stop getting close to a guy named Jerry, because Jerry is this new guy that she's met, that she's kind of into, she's kind of interested in, and there's also this other guy that she's also interested in, and she has an ex-boyfriend, so there's a lot of pieces on the board, but someone keeps telling her, stay away from Jerry. And soon, someone ends up dead. And will Karen survive long enough to figure out what happened? Gotta read it to find out. This is a no spoiler review. And I gotta say, this was such a fun read. There are some okay, let's talk about the scares for a moment. Let's just get straight to the scary stuff, because there were some super suspenseful scenes in this book that had me like literally on the edge of my seat reading this. I was sitting there thinking, what is going to happen? And this is an R.L. Stine book. You do not know who's going to live, who's going to die, because R.L. Stine's done it before where he's taking you along with the character and then that character dies. So there is a lot at stake here. You do not know who's coming out of this thing at the end of the book. And there are some twists and turns. One of the people that got murdered, I did not expect at all. I was like, what? That character? I did not expect it. And the ending twist, oh, I will not spoil it. Not at all, because it was so good. I loved it so much. I thought it was, it's this one scene near the end, and you will know it when you read it, that was so disturbing and so creepy that I literally sat back and I was like, I don't know. No. That is way too creepy. I was reading it at night with the lights off with just my book lamp, and I was like, I don't know if I can keep reading. That is so creepy. It was so good. I really enjoyed this book. You also get all those summertime vibes. You've got the beach, you've got the ocean, you've got California. There's tons of great vibes here. You have some fun characters in the mix. I will say, there was one character who kind of drove me a little nuts, and I didn't really like that character very much. There's like this character that's the other possible love interest for Karen, who's kind of like this biker gang guy, and I just felt like it was a little bit much what R.L. Stine was doing with that character, and it was sort of like, okay, we get it. He's the traumatized bad boy. Like, what are you going to do with this? And R.L. Stine kind of didn't really do a ton with that aspect of the character. Other things he does with that character, you'll find out. But I just was thinking, okay, why are we doing this? Is it just a red herring? I feel like this is not a great red herring, because now I just want to know more about what's the deal? Like, why is this person like so against the world? Like, what's happening? And there are some other great characters that are kind of typical. Like, you definitely have your very own version of Reva Dalby in this book, which I was kind of like, okay, Reva Dalby, once again, similar character to a lot of your other characters, R.L. Stine. But I was here for it. I was totally fine with it. I thought it was still fun. It was a good character to have in the mix of what's going on here. I do think you have a lot of great red herrings and a lot of potential suspects, which I always think is the best when you have like this great cast of characters that you're thinking, wow, it really could be them, or it could be them, or it could be them, or it could be them. Who is it? And you have this question of like, who is behind this? Like, what's going on? Like, what is this all about? Like, what's happening? And that was a lot of fun. I definitely think you have some really intense sequences, and it actually does handle a very complicated subject matter that I can't get into because it would be spoilers, but it handles a very complicated subject matter in a very, I would say, compassionate way. And I thought that that was very interesting because I think sometimes some horror writers can take some of this certain topic and they use it as a horror element that just is a horror element and not bring in any compassion to the same conversation. And I think that R.L. Stine actually did do a good job with that in this book. So this is definitely a fun, scary book to read that is a really intense murder mystery type story. There's no supernatural stuff in this book. This is not one of R.L. Stine's supernatural books. It's just a thriller that is a lot of fun, lots of twists and turns, and some great characters. I definitely enjoyed this one. And if you haven't read it, I would say definitely check it out. So at the end of the day, I would give Beach Party a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. This was such a fun read. I enjoyed every page. I did not want it to end. I really wanted Beach House to have the same characters and be a continuation of the story, but it's not, and I was a little disappointed by that. But still, this was a lot of fun. I definitely think if you're a fan of R.L. Stine's Fear Street books, especially his thriller Fear Street books, this is one to read as well. Or if you're a fan of Christopher Pike, when Christopher Pike's not doing random interdimensional stuff. Oh, Christopher Pike. Christopher Pike's gonna Christopher Pike. But if you're a fan of those kinds of books, or even Diane Ho's Nightmare Hall series, this is right in the vein of all those kinds of books. A lot of fun, definitely has the summer vibes if you're looking for a summer horror book to read. This is the one to read. And it's still summertime right now when I'm recording this video, and you might be watching it during summertime. So check this one out for sure. And until next time, everybody, keep reading. Bye.